All right, today I finished up my wings, attached my Fusebox cover, and attempted to fix my tachometer. So the finishing up the wings was just applying more Sikaflex to the underside of the front wings, and then you use some gloves because it's very messy to spread the Sikaflex around such that it encases the entire wing stay. I also used a little bit of the Sikaflex to stick the repeater wires to the underside of the wing. um, I don't know if that's the best idea, but I figured that using masking tape or like an adhesive uh, zip tie attachment would probably end up falling off because of all the stuff that the wheel would be throwing up during driving. So I'm trying Sikaflex for now. We'll see how that works. Um, Next, for the rear wings, the P-clip that I mentioned in the last session, I thought they were supposed to go on the bolt sleeves that attach to the rear lights, but the hole was too small on the P-clip. That was completely wrong. So the P-clip should attach to the bolts that hold the wing to the chassis. Fits perfectly there. So I did that and secured the light wires that way. Um, the fuse box cover is pretty straightforward. Your kit comes with some Velcro. You'll have to cut it to size, but then you just stick one side on the fuse box cover edges and the other side on the chassis where they would meet. Uh, and that's it. Um, Finally, the knee trim, I am actually going to skip for now because that blocks access to where you need to unscrew the bolts to remove or attach the windscreen or wind deflector. As I have a wind deflector coming in, I'm going to leave this off so that I can switch between the two. Um, the last thing was I tried to fix my tachometer. So I noticed that with the engine on, the tachometer was faulty. It was stuck to the 12 o'clock position, which is about 8,000 RPMs, um, and it wouldn't move. It also doesn't cycle when you turn on or off the car. However, it was getting power since it did illuminate, and the handbrake and the battery lights did illuminate as well. So talking to my dealer, he sent me some instructions on how to fix it. There's a little grommet on the back of the tachometer where if you take it off, you'll see a set of 8 dip switches. The two configurations apparently that are correct for my model are that either 1, 2, and 8 are on, the rest are off, or only 8 is on and the rest are off. For me, when I popped the grommet off, I saw that 1, 2, and 8 were all on. So I flipped 1 and 2 off to see if that would fix my tach. Unfortunately, it didn't do anything to uh, fix my tach. So I think my tach is probably faulty and I'll have to put in a maintenance or a warranty claim. One thing to note though is that looking at old pictures, I noticed that when I first got the car, the tach was pointed at the 3 o'clock position, which there are no numbers there. And it's I think it's the Caterham or the 7 logo that is there. So at some point when I turn on the car, the tach must have cycled at least a little bit and moved itself to actually, it moved itself to the 1 o'clock position because I saw another picture with that. And then at some point it landed on the 8 o'clock position and hasn't moved since. So I probably just need to replace it. So we'll see.